Mustafa Hocam, saat farkı da var. Belki biraz gecikebilirler. Bekleyelim. Şu an salonda sadece 3 kişi gözüküyoruz. Nusiba, siz
Evet,
ve ben.
sadece yani bir kişi bunda veriyorum yani 3 kişi ben ve siz. Nusiba var. Tamam, peki o zaman Nusiba da başlayabiliriz
Başlayalım.
isterseniz. Ben Mustafa Mama Munir, Research Associate at Abdul Mumin University, Soil Science and Plant Nutrition in Niger, West Africa. 7. International Congress Science hoş geldiniz. Oturuma hoş geldiniz ve selamlıyorum. Hemen başlayalım. Birinci sunum Nusiba Al-Sindi Badawi Bebeker ve Mehtap Akin. Benefit of probiotic containing food for the prevention of enteric cancer. Buyurun lütfen.
Teşekkür ederim. Hello everyone to my presentation. I want to share my PowerPoint. You can see, right?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, hello everyone. I want to talk about the benefits of probiotic containing foods for the prevention of enteric cancer. Okay, I want to talk, this is my content. You can see from the screen. First of all, about introduction, recent evidence has suggested that probiotics could act as cancer preventive agents. At the same time, there is a beneficial in the prevention and alleviation of symptoms of colon cancer. If we talk about symbiotics, association of probiotics with prebiotics was observed it takes a role in enhancing activity of natural killer cells. And also there is much attention have been focused on decreasing cancer risk through diet variation, mainly the consumption of prebiotics and probiotics. About probiotics, defined as live microorganisms that confer a health benefits to the host when ingested in adequate amounts, and probiotics are bacteria similar to those naturally found in people's guts, especially in those of breastfed infants, because they are known to have natural protection against many diseases. And also probiotics consist of bacteria yeast and can be considered functional foods because can recognize and restore the microflora symbiosis of the intestinal tract. About probiotics defined as non-digestible food ingredients that beneficially affect the host by selectively stimulating the growth and the growth or activity of one or a limited number of bacteria in colon, thus improving host health. And prebiotics such as inulin, oligofructose, oligogalactose, galacto-oligosaccharides and galacto-oligosaccharides have been found to stimulate absorption and retention of several minerals, particularly magnesium, calcium, and iron. About symbiotics, defined the combination of probiotics and prebiotics, which is believed to be more efficient compared to either of them alone in terms of gut health and function. The best symbiotic combinations currently available include bifidobacteria and fructooligosaccharides, or lactobacillus and inulins, or bifidobacteria and lactobacillus with fructooligosaccharides or inulins. And also there is fermented milk called yogurt or kefir are considered to be true symbiotic products that in fictional foods since contribute to restore the normal bacterial microflora, also supplying the food it needs to be survive. Probiotic fortified foods. There are a lot of foods fortified with probiotics. Some of them dairy products, especially fermented milk and cheese. Their characteristics of dairy products such as pH, buffer capacity, their dense matrix, and their fat content offer additional protection to these microorganisms in their passage through the gastrointestinal. And also nutritional and functional perspective. Fermented milks provide positive health benefits to the host either directly as a probiotic effects or indirectly as a biogenic effects. And there are fruits and vegetables are in general considered the potential matrices because they are rich in nutrients such as vitamins, dietary fibers, sugars, minerals, and polyphenols known by its antioxidant properties. And in several reports, fruit drinks have been indicated as good probiotic carriers if some care is taken relating to organoleptic characteristic and pH. And there are other attempts to have been reported to increase storage stability of bifidobacterium strains in low pH fruit juice, such as the use of ultraviolet muginates combined with the stress step in low pH to generate acid-resistant strains. And there also fermented soybean called natto is normally consumed either hot or cold. Natto nut food carries as mainly as 10 power 8 valuable spores per gram of products, and for decades health benefits has been associated with consumption of natto, including stimulation of the immune system. And also there is probiotic ice cream focused on the use of prebiotic compounds such as inulin and starch and microcapsulated cells. And when I want to talk about health potential of probiotics, probiotics have been associated with many health promoting effects, primarily focused on the gastrointestinal tract benefit through several modulating activities, but also demonstrating promising application at other locations of the body, normally respiratory and genital tract, and subcutaneous tissue, and also concerning to improvement of endogenous microbiota. The colonization by probiotics bacteria involves the adhesion of the first place, the adhesion of this bacteria to its C2 cells receptors, allowing for the computation of these of the sites of adhesion and for nutrients. And during their colonization and through their growth and metabolisms. They can release antimicrobial substances, including bacteriocins, natural antibacterial substances, or organic acids that consequently decrease the local pH. During their preeminence in the gut, they can improve epithelial and tissue integrity and functionally mainly through the protection of low amounts of nitric acid, synthesis, enhance of mucus protection, improvement of gut epithelial cells proliferation, inhibition of cancerogenic substances, protection or emulation through deoxidation and generation of nutrients, namely protection of short fatty acids and vitamins. Probiotics in cancer treatment.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay. Experimental studies demonstrated that probiotics extra anti-cancer activity through immunomodulatory effects on cancer cells through macrophages, natural killer cells, and T cells, and also metabolites of probiotics bacteria such as butyrate, short-chain fatty acids are important therapeutic compounds against cancer. Especially butyrate is one energy sources of the coloncytes and has been used in the regulation of apoptotic cellular proliferation and differentiation. Usage of probiotic nutritional intervention pre and post treatment will provide protection of healthy cells and tissue, and various mechanisms of the anti-cancer activity of probiotics such as augmentation of natural killer cell activity, modulation of host immune response through macrophages, and restraint of the consumption of endogenous microbiota and their metabolic activity and important. And natural killer cells are crucial for immunosurveillance against cancer and infection disease, and higher natural killer cell activity has been reported to be associated with a lower risk of cancer development. For conclusion, probiotics have become very important because of their useful effects on the host health. About numerous in vitro studies and animal models shows a positive effect of probiotics on gastrointestinal cancer by various mechanisms, including anti-cancerogenic effect, anti-mutagenic properties, modification and differentiation process in tumor cells, and also as well as reduction of epithelial pH to reduce microbial activity. Thank you for listening. Is there any question?
Thank you very much for the presentation. Benefits of probiotic containing food for prevention of enteric cancer. I have two questions. Give me three examples of oligobacteria.
Of what?
Oligobacteria.
Oligo.
Three, yes. How soybean probiotic produce? Thank you.
Okay.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I can't understand about oligobacteria. There is probiotic bacteria?
Yes.
Bifidobacteria, lactobacillus, and there are many species about enterococcus bacteria, lactobacillus bacteria, lactococcus bacteria also.
Thank you. Okay.
About NATO or what?
How soybean probiotic produce?
Yes, there. I think one probiotic product in Japan. They use it for as a probiotic food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sunumu ve katılımı için teşekkür ederiz. Any question? Akan Kaji, Dilay, Duygu. Any question? 1 minute. Okay, thank you so much. Nasiba Alsinda Badawi Bebeker,
You're welcome.
the Meta Pakin. Thank you so much. No question. Thank you, Ahmet. İkinci sunumuz Dilay Yıldız, Duygu Benzer, Özlem Çayindi, Semra Kayrdi. Investigation of what's the graph goal for healthy functional beverage production. Lütfen buyurun. 15 dakikanız var.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sunum ve soru.
Okay,
Cevap ile 15 dakikanız. Thank you. Buyurun.
I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, and how can I do full screen? Yes, I think it's okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I wish have a good day today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Duygu. I'm a PhD student at Food Engineering Department at Manisa Celal Bayar University. I also I'm working at the Abaloğlu Lezita as a product executive. Today, I want to give some brief information about waste grape pulp for healthy functional beverage production and the non-alcoholic version with grape byproduct. Let's start. Today, with interest in health and nutrition and the increase the world population, it's difficult for every individual to reach safe food. In addition, adequate nutrition is not only a problem of survival, but also closely related to environment and its fragile balance. Food production covers approximately 40% of the global land area, and it's responsible for 30% of greenhouse gas emission and 70% of freshwater use. In other words, diets worldwide link human health with environmental sustainability. Therefore, providing a healthy and sustainable diet to growing world population poses a major challenge. The processing, transportation, and evolution of waste and byproduct of food, which have a great impact on the balance of the world for its production, are very important in terms of food safety and sustainability. Fruits and vegetables, as we all know, that have an important place in our diet. They contain many important nutrition, such as vitamins, minerals, phenolic compounds, organic acids, food fibers. Especially the peels of fruits, such as grapes, strawberries, and raspberries, are natural source of nutrition-rich in phenolic compounds. Polyphenols such as phenolic acid, flavonoids, procyanidin, and tannins are secondary metabolites commonly found in plants. and it has been reported that these compounds have protective or therapeutic effects on many degenerative and aging-related disease, such as cancer and cardiovascular disease, due to their antioxidant properties. When we look at the grape, is accepted as one of the most common cultivated plants in the world because it's not very selective in terms of climate or soil requirements. Its propagation methods are easy and it can be evaluated in different way. In the grape evolution report, which includes the last 5 years grape production data of Turkey, it's seen that Manisa has the largest grape production and area and amount. Grape pulp, which is one of the agricultural riches of our country, is provided by grape juice and wine production at a rate of approximately 10 to 20%. These weights, which have nutritional value, have taken their place in the field of agriculture, feed industry, human nutrition, medicine and cosmetic industry, and their importance is increasing day by day. The main phenolic compounds in grape pomace, known as anthocyanin, catechin, flavonols, glycosides, phenolic acids, and stilbens, which is, as all known, resveratrol. When we see the figure, we look at the process. Grapes firstly pressing and the fermentation, after the fermentation process, wine producing, and after that it's a byproduct grape pomace. And these grape pomace include the grape skin, grape seed, and stalks. In this study, a new functional beverage production with the high phenolic content will be investigated by drying the waste grape pomace formed after pressing purple grapes in different ways in the sun, shade, and industrial dryer. Many clinical and research studies have been conducted on the Mediterranean diet model due to its positive effect on the human health. You can see our laboratory condition of the grape pomace and the dried pomace. After that, you can see our beverage on this side. It has also been updated so that it can make a significant contribution to the sustainability of the food system from producer to consumer for the well-being of people and the planet. Known as the most active stilben in terms of its bioactive resveratrol, is the most researched polyphenols for its health benefit in vivo studies. It's a compound that was first investigated in terms of its effect on health, and its preventive effect on coronary heart disease was referred to as the French paradox in the literature. French paradox, despite the fact that French diet is more based on fatty food, the country with the lowest incidence of heart disease in the world is thought to be due to moderate wine consumption. It's also really related with the not wine consumption. It's really related with the including compound is resveratrol. It's aimed to research a product rich in polyphenols similar to wine, but non-alcoholic version, as an alternative to wine, which has an important place in this diet and beverages rich in bioactive components in Muslim Mediterranean countries where alcoholic beverages are not consumed. Thank you for your attention. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Dugu. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Lütfen 7. slide tekrar daha açıklayabilirsiniz.
Tabii.
Specialized graphic.
Is this one?
Yes, especially the graphic, yes.
Okay. You can see the grape and the flow chart. Not really full of flow chart, but I want to give brief information about that. When we get the grapes and the pressing process, and this one is the liquid one is the using the wine production and fermentation process. It's not related with our working. And filtered one grape, we get grape pomace, and this grape pomace we use the hot water, some of temperature 70, 80, and 90. And after the extraction with hot water and with the stevia for the sweetener taste, after filtered we get this one and this one. It's very similar to its color very similar to wine. And also we analyzed the Hunter with Hunter LAB color analyze. So we get the beverage with non-alcoholic and includes very high of the resveratrol with HPLC analysis.
Thank you very much. Sunum için teşekkür ediyoruz.
Ben teşekkür ederim.
Any question?
Dear Professor
Yes.
Mustafa, there is a request from you and next speakers from Gizem. Abdulrahman say that he has an exam at 1 p.m. So he ask to you, can he give a presentation now?
Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay for you and is okay for Gizem. Abdurrahman'ın sınavı varmış bir saat 1'de. O yüzden bir sunum erken yapabilir mi? Gizem'in sunumu şu an sırada ama uygun mudur sizin için de?
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, can you please inform me that can you hear the screen? I can hear my voice or not? Okay. Now I'm going to start my presentation here. I'm a student in Technology in University Kayseri, and here's my research work on the preparation and characterization of the oxidized viscose rayon fiber activities carbon fiber precursors. My supervisor is Ismail Karajan, and he was not available at that time because of his busy schedule, so that's why I'm here. Now we're going towards the next presentation. Yeah, this paper is going to publish in the Journal of Material Sciences. It's in the reviewing process right now. In this list, we will talk about the first of all the overview. Second one is objective of studies, abstract of studies, experimental details and result and discussions, with including reference and the thank yous. The first of all, we will talk about the carbon fibers. What are the carbon fibers? The carbon fiber is ultra light materials, like containing at least of 90% of carbon content with diameter of 5 to 10 micrometers, and having properties are similar to steels, weight similar to that of the plastic, and considered with the greater strength of the greater strength to weight ratio than the steel and plastic. And there are some products of these carbon fibers, like from the continuous tow and in the chop and mild fibers and the fabric prepared, like as you can see in the figure, this one we prepared in our laboratory from this is the continuous tow. Yeah. So why carbon fiber is so important? This is one of the most important question, and so that's why this research is based on. This highly thermal resistance, the highly thermal conductivity is not flammable, is a high tensile strength, there's a weight ratio, and high rigidity, corrosion resistance, electrical conductivity, fatigue resistance, low thermal expansions, non-poisonous, biological inert, and X-ray permeables. Because of these qualities of carbon fibers, the carbon fibers is used in many of the in the making of somehow instrument, like in this one, like in aerospace industries, like automotive industries, like sport industries, and marine industries too. Going to back, the carbon fiber structures. The carbon fiber structures, the carbon fibers layers of like griffin sheets arranged in a regular hexagonal pattern, and depending upon the precursors of the manufacturing process, it's have structures like a turbostratic, graphitic, or a hybrid structure, like this one, as you can see, in the figure. And these are the applications that as I showed you earlier, the automotive industry, in aerospace industries, in sport, and marine as well. So during this research, there are the different type of precursors we use, like the PAN, the rayon, the pitch, and the mesophace pitch, and also the sulfonated polyethylene. There's a different sources also, here in this table, you can see the sources, average tensile strength, ratios, like spinning methods, and other one too. Activated carbon fibers.
Kaybettik. Nerede?
Abdurrahman, can you hear me?
Abdurrahman?
Abdurrahman? Okay. Your microphone is closed. Open it. Abdurrahman?
Microphone. Abdurrahman?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I forgot it. Now we will move forward. The product of carbon fibers is activated carbon fibers. Like when we are at the temperature range of the 200 to 300 degrees centigrade, this is basically an oxidation state. And when we move towards the 1000 to 700 centigrade in an inert atmosphere, this is a carbonization state. Like an activated carbon fiber state, this is activities in which the temperature is about 800 to 1000 degrees centigrade in a carbon dioxide atmosphere. Like as you can see in this sample, which we take from this from this sample, like this one. This is difficult to hold, but as you can see there, when we are trying to burn this sample, this is not happening like this. This is the state between the 800 to 1000 degrees centigrade in dioxide atmosphere situation. So because of this quality of the carbon fiber, this is used in the most of mechanical industries too. Now we will discuss about the objective of the studies to reduce the overall cost of the carbon fiber manufacturing, to introduce the new precursors of the fiber, use the thermal processed accelerator chemical composition of impregnations, application of different oxidative thermal stabilization strategies, and to analyze the structure of the properties like physical, mechanical structure, and thermals too. Like in the abstract, we will discuss about, like we use a Western carbon fiber at the time of 30 minutes in between the temperature of 100 to 250 centigrade in 30 minutes. And there are some techniques we are used in this situation, like DSCT, TGA, X-ray, IR spectroscopy, and elemental analysis too. Like this one. Now, this one is about the experimental details. In this experiment, we use the different type of multifilaments, like span multifilaments PA, double-6 multifilaments. Also jute fibers, bamboo fibers, and flax fibers too. There's some characterization methods we use there, like volume density, linear density, fiber thickness, flame test, and tensile properties for the mechanical properties analysis. And also for the structure and thermal analysis, we use the TGA, SEM, SXRD, FTIR, and elemental analysis. Now, when we look forward about the pan multifilaments, and the left side you can see there the different values of the filament diameter, density, linear density, tensile strength, tensile modulus, and number of filaments. And here you can see the graph between the strain and stress. And now about the physical properties, you can see there is a stabilization time relation between the volume density, between the linear density, and also between the tensile strength. This just tell us about the strength and the other physical parameters of our carbon fibers precursors. Now, this one is, as you can see in the figure, like as the thermal stabilization time increase, the color of the APS impregnant pan fibers alter from white color to the shade of brown to blackish and the black color. Like when we give it that when we provide the time and the heat at the same with one by one and increase during the time, it will change from its color from white to reddish and reddish to pure black. Now we will discuss about the TG analysis. The TG is the thermogravimetry analysis. To obtain the carbon, with the thermogravimetry analysis is used to generally to obtain the carbon percentage of yield and the decrease of the weight loss with rise in temperature time, which indicate the increase of carbon yield due to the intensifying the cross-linking amount. And here you can see the temperature relation between temperature and the weight losses and the stabilization temperature with carbon yield. And also here you can see the relation between wave number and absorption, and wave number and means like the stabilization time and dehydrogenation index and IR index also. XRD analysis, the basically this analysis used to find the XRD images of our carbon fibers, which we produce in our lab, like indicate the occurrence of the decolorization reaction. Means the basically depends upon the how the decolorization occur during this reaction, and also the rapid transformation of the original structures to the totally disordered amorphous spaces of the 10 filaments. So we make the images about from 5 minutes to 15 to 13 and 45, and also from 60 minutes of the time duration. The images we can show the after some time, like this type of images we produce during the using the scan electron microscopy. Like in this sample, like in this small sample, as you can see, there is difficult to explain you in the camera, because it have a the diameter which is about 100 times smaller than our one here. Like this is too much small and have too much bundles of the carbon nanofibers to produce this material. Like this, in the same images, you can see there the same images of the stabilized pan samples of variable stabilization duration is about 5 to 15, 13 to 45, and then 60 minutes. These are images I can show in the figure. It's at the duration of the time, it's maybe condensed, and somehow like it's tough to break it. Like when we provide this to the temperature with at a specific duration of time. Now we will discuss about the polyamide 6,6 multifilaments. Like the previous one, it have also the different values of the linear density, volume, and furthermore. And there is the graph between strain and stress, like its ability to break. And also there is mechanical or physical properties like volume and density, linear density, tensile strength, and fiber thickness as like a previous one. And also this is the TG analysis of the PA66. And also this one is also the FTIR analysis.
3 minutes.
This is the analysis between absorptions and the wave number. Okay. Now this is SEM analysis, the scanning electron microscopy analysis. When this carbon fiber is break, so it shows this type of structures. And this one is elemental analysis of our samples PA666. These are the different graphical presentation between the stabilization period and oxygen, phosphoric contents, nitrogen contents, carbon contents, also the boron contents too. And the last one is the jute fibers. The jute fiber is also like the previous one, its physical values and its graph between strain and stress. And also this is the physical mechanical samples values. And this one is about the TGA, thermogravity, gravimetry analysis, and the graph between oxidation and carbon yield, and also temperature and weight losses. This one is XRD analysis. This one is about the bamboo fibers, the mechanical and physical presentations. And this one is about the DSC analysis. It is used to assess monitor the thermal behavior of the oxidative thermal stabilization under the oxidized bamboo fiber, a wide thermal presence of the water vapor, and a broad isothermal raw bamboo fibers with a peak temperature of 345 degrees centigrade, and which is gradually with growing oxidation duration. And this one is about the FTIR analysis. This one is about XRD analysis of the same the fiber. Basically, the bamboo fiber, PA6 and pen fibers. This one is the main in this research, and I create the different type of analysis like as I discussed before. And these are the SEM and TGA images about the bamboo fibers, like the previous one, and this one is from A to F. From time between from 40 to 120 degree, when it's break and when we try to provide its temperature. So images you can see in the figure. The flex fiber are the same. There is SEM images and also the thermogravity analysis. Like the previous one is like the bamboo fibers from PA6 and PA also. And this is the XRD analysis is also the same. And at last, this is the references. And this is thanks to my professor, Supervisor Ismail Karajan, Dr. Professor Ilhan Ozan, and also the Dr. Mustafa Sardar Onses, the head of Department of Nanotechnology Research Center at this university, and also Dr. Artibul Rahmati Old, and also grateful finding in such a knowledgeable, cooperative, and pioneering people in my research here. Thank you so much. Now it's done.
Thank you, Sir Abdurrahman, for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
Final paper. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
One question. How did you do the analysis TGA and filter?
Like TG analysis, just we create the sample. Yeah. We basically we with my supervisor. I just to take the fiber and also say we send our sample to the Nanotechnology Research Center, and they have some type of TGA machineries, and they use the machinery and provide us the results of our sample. Like we cannot do it by our hand. We just have to send our sample to that institute, and they will provide us the result, the sample of our results.
Thank you so much. Oturumdan sonra sana şey sorularım var. Sonra bakarız, tamam?
Tamam. Teşekkür ederim. I have exam right now at 1 p.m. If you guys have any question, you can write me in personal. Thank you so much for listening me. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay.
Gizem Simge Kiliç, Bilman Batiloğlu.
Gizem burada mısın? Tamam. Tamam.
Güzel.
I'm here.
Tamam.
Tamam.
Start. Başlayabiliriz.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm food engineer Gizem Kılınç and now a PhD student at Manisa Celal Bayar University. Today, I'd like to talk to you about investigation of adulteration of sugar in pomegranate concentrates. The pomegranate is an ancient, mystical, unique fruit born in a small, long-living tree cultivated throughout the Mediterranean region, as far north as Himalayas, Southeast Asia, and in California and Arizona in United States. These anatomical parts of pomegranate is given in figure 1. The fruit is 3.5 to 6.5 weight 30 to 120 grams. India, Iran, China, the USA, and Turkey are the main pomegranate producer globally. Although there is no exact data available on their area and production in the world due to the rapid increase in production and expansion, it is estimated that around 1.5 million tons of pomegranate fruits are produced in the world annually. High level of polyphenols in pomegranate juice are very beneficial for health due to their preventive, anti-mutagenic, and anti-carcinogenic effects against hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Turkey is in a crucial position in terms of pomegranate production. Star fruit varieties which cannot be consumed as a typical cultivar are concentrated in the Southeast Anatolia region and processed into pomegranate concentrate for evaluation as salad sauce. Pomegranate concentrate has many beneficial effects on health due to its high content of phenolic compounds, vitamins, and mineral makes it valuable products. For this reason, pomegranate concentrate, which is an expensive and valuable product, is exposed to adulteration. It is adulterated with cost sweeteners and red colored juices to reduce production costs. Although traditional methods have been proven to accurate in detection in food products, these methods are time-consuming and cause destruction of samples. Therefore, there is a need to develop analytical methods such as FTIR spectroscopy that are fast, easy to use, cost-effective, eco-friendly, non-destructive to sample to detect adulteration in pomegranate concentrate. In order to safeguard consumers and avoid unfair competition, it is thought that chemometrics methods in conjunction with infrared spectroscopy can be an answer for the detection of sugar added to pomegranate concentrate. In this study, it was aimed to use chemometric methods combined FTIR spectroscopy for the qualitative determination of sugar adulteration at different rates to pomegranate concentrate sample collected different regions of Turkey. 34 pomegranate concentrates were collected from different cities of Turkey. Also, sugar syrups were obtained from food industry. At first, to prevent spectral complexity due to the differences between sugar concentration, all samples and syrups were standardized to 5 tiberics. The 6 samples with random selected were adulterated with 3 different types of sugar syrups as high fructose corn syrup, glucose fructose syrup, and beet sugar syrup. Thus, 34 authentic and 108 adulterated samples, totally 142 samples were obtained for FTIR analysis. The FTIR spectra of samples were determined at a resolution of 4 cm1 in the range of 4,000 to 400 MIR wave numbers. Cerebral measurements were taken and mean values were used in chemometric analysis. The crystal was cleaned with ethanol before each analysis and allowed to dry prior to collect a background spectrum before each sample scan. Principal component analysis, being chemometric analysis, was performed using Simca 14.1 software. The fingerprint region corresponding to the specific absorption region of the carbohydrates was selected to create multivariate statistical models. While creating models, pretreatment techniques were used to reduce spectrum noise, highlight spectrum differences, and to correct baseline. The 4,000 to 400 range of the FTIR spectrum of authentic pomegranate concentrates are shown in Figure 2a. The main components of pomegranate concentrate in the 1,200 to 900 cm1 range, which is the fingerprint region. It corresponds specifically to the absorption region, the stranging vibration of CC and CO bonds related to sugar and organic acids. Principal component analysis is a mathematical algorithm that reduces dimensionality of the data while retaining most of the variation in the dataset. It accomplishes this reduction by identifying a direction called principal component along which the variation in the data is maximum. By using a few components, each sample can be represented by relatively few numbers instead of by values for the thousands of variables. Sample can then be plotted, making it possible to visually assess similarities and differences between sample and determine whether sample can be grouped. The PCA loading plot was used to determine which wave numbers contribute to separation and consequently was selected the spectral region. As can be seen in Figure 3, it is possible to perform classification analysis of pomegranate concentrate sample according to different functional groups with the sharp peaks, such as phenolic compounds. However, the aim of chemometrics methods in this study was to classify pomegranate concentrate samples only according to sugar content for the regions out of the 1,200 to 900 cm1 were left after the statistical analysis because it was found to be prone to encourage misclassification. In Figure 4, PSA score plots of the second derivative pretreated dataset are given. Each sample is represented by a point in score plot. The green points in the plot represent authentic samples. Blue points are pomegranate concentrates adulterated with high fructose corn syrup. Red points are pomegranate concentrate adulterated with beet sugar syrup, and yellow points are the pomegranate adulterated with glucose fructose syrup. Principal component analysis performed the discrimination between authentic and adulterated samples, correctly group all samples with the score plot Figure 4 obtained. The model was successful in discriminating even samples with a low adulterated rate from authentic samples.
5 minutes.
Okay. Since sucrose that is not found in pomegranate or is found little amount, it is seen more clearly that there is a decrease in the adulteration rate as the groups in the score plot of the samples adulterated with beet sugar syrup approach the origin. The samples furthest from the origin represented samples that are adulterated at 50% by weight, while the next group shows samples that are adulterated at 40% by weight. Thus, the rate of the adulteration gradually decreases toward the origin. Since samples with 5% adulteration are close to authentic samples, these samples are located closer to each other, the score plots. In Figure 5, 3D scatter plot of authentic and adulterated samples are given. The discrimination power in the 3D scatter plot model is observed more clearly. PC1, PC2, and PC3 of the second derivative model explain the maximum variance between samples with a value of 95.6%. In this model, of the total variation explained with the number of 7 basic components. Although it's seen in Figure 4 and 5 that adulterated pomegranate concentrate samples are clearly separated, it is observed that different adulteration rates are slightly separated. The model was successful in discriminating even samples with a low adulteration rate from authentic samples. Due to the increasing demand for pomegranate juice concentrate, unfair producer and the market resort to many tricks to gain more profit and gain market advantage over their hundreds competitors. These tricks include eating cheap commercial sweeteners, diluting with water and cheaper juices. Chemometric methods, together with infrared spectroscopy, can be a solution for the detection of the sugar added to juice concentrates in order to protect the consumer and prevent unfair competition. The results of the study show that FTIR spectroscopy combined with chemometric methods has been quite successfully used both the grouping the authentic adulterated pomegranate concentrate samples and can be used a promising simple, fast, non-destructive, and eco-friendly alternative to wet chemical methods. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your beautiful presentation, and your results are original. Congratulations. Any question? Bir arkadaşlar lütfen question.
Thank you, Gizem. It was a very informative presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Zulaiha Gidado Mokhtar, Yusuf Ibrahim, Ammar Sani Adam. Optimization of physicochemical parameters in the production of yogurt from tiger nut and bambara, not milk. Biron Litwan.
Zulia connect before, but now he is not here. I'm not sure. We have to try connect with the personal phone. Wait just 5 minutes, okay?
Okay. Sedo. Sedo etudes, any hobby, physicochemical structure profiles, and antioxidant. İki tane kaldı yani bizim neredeler?
I don't know he or she, but he is not coming. The first one is cancelled. We are waiting last presenters.
Last presentation, Zuleha Gidado. Zaten 2 tane kaldı yani bizim şeyleri. Hocam.
Yes. Maybe there's a connection problem. So please we wait a few minutes. We have to try connect.
Okay.
Okay. When we are waiting, I ask you something. I want to take a picture, all groups. If is it okay for all participants? Yeah, can. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Can everybody
Thank you.
start their camera, please?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gizem,
Gizem, Hasan,
Mustafa,
İlay.
Mustafa, Ahenk. Ahenk, you may also start it.
Şu an 9 kişiyiz hocam. 9 person. Çekiyorum.
Yes, I thank you everybody for your participation and contributions to our Congress. We hope to see you next time again. I've taken the screenshot. Thank you everybody.
You're welcome.
Arkadaşlar hepinize teşekkür ederiz.
Thank you.
Gösterdiğiniz ilgi ve katkı için, destek için.
Bekliyor muyuz son konuşmacıyı? Ulaşabildiniz mi?
Abdurrahman burada mı?
Abdurrahman sınavda.
Bitti ya. Sorularım var da onun numarası ya da e-mail gönderebilirsiniz bana.
Mustafa Hocam sana gönderelim onu.
İyi olur.
Tamam. Teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar hepinize. Birisi daha, Dilay da bağlandı.
Tamam.
Evet. Tekrar çekiyorum arkadaşlar.
Tamam.
Hepinize teşekkür ederiz. Sağ olun.
Hocam
Ederiz.
Zülya gelemiyor galiba. Kapatıyor muyuz oturumu?
Evet, yani ulaşmaya çalıştım ama bir türlü ulaşamıyoruz.
Tamamdır.
Olursa
Peki,
sonra ekleriz onu.
Güzel çalışmalar var. Gerçekten çok beğendim ben. Hepinize teşekkür ediyorum. Nijer'den selamlıyorum size.
Türkiye'den selamlar Mustafa Hocam.
Bizden de selamlar. Çok teşekkür ederiz hocam tüm
Teşekkür ederiz.
katkılarınız
Sağ
için.
olun. Biz teşekkür ederiz. İnşallah bir dahaki kongrelerimizde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.
İnşallah görüşmek üzere.
Hoşça kalın.